you were told 5 sine A is equal to 4. Number 2, 5 sine A is equal to 4. Find tan A. Find tan of angle A. Once again, you use the laws of equations here. Now, 5 sine A is equal to 4. Then sine A is equal to 4 divided by 5. You see, it works like this. If you had 2x is equal to 6, then x is equal to 6 over 2. Then just like that, this is a number. Sine A is a number. 5 times a certain number is 4. So this number or this ratio will be 4 divided by 5. So sine A, this whole thing is just like x. The whole of sine A is just like x. Okay, so now sine A is 4 over 5. Again, we work backwards. We work from SOHCAHTOA. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So this is opposite over hypotenuse. Now we draw the diagram. We draw the diagram. And you can put A anywhere you like. Suppose you put A here. Then that's the opposite side. That's the opposite side. The opposite side is 4. The hypotenuse is 5. You have to put it in the right place. This is the hypotenuse. Right? This is the hypotenuse. You put it in the right place. Now you have a side missing. So let's call this, well, that's O. This is A. Now A is missing. We want to calculate A. Now really, this is other side. And this is other side using theorem of Pythagoras. And this is hypotenuse. So according to theorem of Pythagoras, you're trying to find the other side. So other side squared plus other side squared is equal to hypotenuse squared. Alright, sometimes we can use capital letters, sometimes small letters, it doesn't matter. So the other side is 4 squared plus A squared is equal to 5 squared. A squared is equal to 5 squared minus 4 squared. A squared, you put that in the calculator, 5 squared minus 4 squared, you'll end up with 9. A squared is 9. Therefore, A is equal to square root of 9. A is equal to 3. So now we know A is 3. So we go back to the diagram. A is equal to 3. We can fill it in the diagram. We know A is 3. Now what did the question ask? Find tan A. Now tan A is equal to opposite over adjacent. The opposite is 4 over the adjacent is 3. So that's your final answer. Or you could have even made it 1 and 1/3. It doesn't matter. So you could have left it 4 over 3, or you can write 1 and 1/3. Alright, that was number 1 and 2. So let's move on. Let's erase them and do number 3 and 4 for you. Alright, so we'll give you a few seconds, and in the next session we'll do number 3, 4. Okay, in number 3, you are told 13 cos A is equal to 5. Number 3, 13 cos A is equal to 5. Find 3.1 sine A. 3.2 sine A plus cos A. 3.3 cos A over sine A. and 3.4 cot A. Cot A. Alright, so now let's see what was given. What was given was this. You were given 13 cos A is equal to 5. That's what was given. 13 cos A is equal to 5. You have to use the rules of equation. So cos A is equal to 5 over 13. Once again, you're going to recall SOHCAHTOA. You got cos, so you're looking here. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So this is adjacent over hypotenuse. Now you can draw the diagram. You're dealing with A, put A here. That's the opposite side. But this is the adjacent side, so therefore this is 5. This is the adjacent side. That's the opposite side, that's the adjacent side. The hypotenuse is 13. So one side is missing. So by theorem of Pythagoras, you're trying to find this side. So you're going to say O squared plus 5 squared is equal to 13 squared. Sorry, we should have written other side squared plus other side squared is equal to hypotenuse squared. So O squared plus 5 squared is 13 squared, and that's your, now this is not 0, it is O squared, right? So let me write it like O. That's O squared, it's not 0. So O squared plus 25 is equal to 169. Sometimes you can do that, and therefore O squared is equal to 169 minus 25. O squared is equal to 144, and therefore O squared is O is equal to square root of 144, which is 12. So now you know the opposite side is 12. You take that answer, you put it in the diagram. So this side is now 12. Okay, now we can find the answers. Sine A is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is 12 over hypotenuse 13. Next, you want sine A plus cos A. Sine A is opposite over hypotenuse plus cos A is adjacent over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse, which we already found here, 12 over 13 plus cos A. Cos A is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 5 over 13. And you can put that in the calculator, and your answer is 17 over 13. You can leave it like that, or you can even write 1, 13 will go the one time, and 4 over 13. That's another answer you can also give. Alright, next one. Cos A over sine A. So cos A, we already found cos A. Cos A is here, right? Cos A is 5 over 13. All over sine A. Sine A is here. We already found it. Sine A is here, 12 over 13. So you must be smart. Don't have to go and rework everything out again. So there's cos A, there's sine A, and you put this in the calculator. So when you put it in the calculator, you will say, let me just write it. I'm just saying that you've got an ABC on your calculator. You'll say 5 ABC 13 divided by 12 ABC 13 is equal to, and the final answer that you will get for this answer here is 5 over 12. You will get the answer 5 over 12. 5 over 12, right. Cot of A. Cot of A is clearly A over O. A is adjacent. Adjacent is 5. Opposite side is 12. If you compare, you will find that these two are equal. right? So you can even come to a conclusion that cot A is equal to cos A over sin A. So this is a new identity. I can even write it down here. Cot A is equal to cos A over sin A. And like we told you earlier on, this is called an identity. Alright, that was number 3. Let's move on to number 4. Right, let's see what happened in number 4. In number 4, you were told 5 sine A minus 2 is equal to 0. Number 4, 5 sine A minus 2 is equal to 0. Determine root 21 cos A. 4.2 sine squared A plus cos squared A. 4.3 sine A over cos A. And finally 4.4 tan A. So that is what you are required to find. Now if I just go across this side, you were given 5 sine A minus 2 is equal to 0. That was given. So you apply the rules of equation. So you will say 5 sine A is equal to 2. You're bringing that on this side, law of equation. Now you have to divide. So sine A is equal to 2 over 5. Now this is sine. So you recall Soka Toa. So you're looking at sine. You're looking there. So this is opposite over hypotenuse. So you can draw the diagram. Put angle A here. Opposite, that's the opposite side. Opposite is 2. And 5 is hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is 5. Once again we find that's the opposite side. So I'm just going to write it O like that, opposite. And this is the adjacent side. The adjacent side is missing. So we have to calculate it. So you're going to say other side squared plus other side squared is equal to hypotenuse squared. The other side squared is 2 squared plus A squared is equal to 5 squared. So you'll end up with 4 plus A squared is equal to 25. A squared is equal to 25 minus 4. A squared is equal to 21. A is equal to square root of 21. Alright. A is equal to square root of 21. So just leave it in set form. A is equal to square root of 21. Let's write that neatly. Square root of 21. Now we have done this, we are ready to answer the questions. Right. Root 21 cos A. Now root 21 cos A means square root of 21 times cos of A is A over H. So that root 21 is actually root 21 over 1 times A. We found A. A is root 21. So we write that down there now. A is root 21 times root 21 over the hypotenuse, which is 5. Now put it in the calculator. Just put that in the calculator and you'll end up with 21 over 5, which can also be 4 1/5. Okay. So use your calculator to help you, right? So root 21 times A over H Right. Sine squared A plus cos squared A. Well, if you remember what we told you earlier on, in the earlier lesson, you'll already know the answer. I hope you're guessing the answer. What do you think the answer is? Well, if you guessed one, not guessed one, if you said one, then you are right. But anyway, we're going to do it. So sine squared A means find sine of A, that's O over H, and square it. Plus cos squared A, cos is A over H, and then square it. Sine of A is opposite over hypotenuse, 2 over 5 squared. A over H is adjacent over hypotenuse, root 21 over 5 squared. Now please just use your calculator and do this, but I'm just going to do it step by step. So this is 2 squared, 4 over 25, plus this will give you 21 over 25. If you put this in the calculator, that's what you'll get. If you put this in the calculator, that's what you'll get. And that finally gives you 25 over 25, which is equal to 1. Right. 4.3. Sine A over cos A. Well, we already found sine A here. And we already found cos A here. So sine A is 2 over 5. Now I'm going to do it like this. This is a division sign. So sine of A, alright. No. Let's do it step by step. I know. If you don't do it step by step, you can get confused. So 4.3. Sine of A over cos of A is equal to O over H all over A over H. That is sine, that is cos. Now O over H, we already found it here. 2 over 5 divided by cos. Cos is root 21 over 5. Just put the whole thing in your calculator. Just put the whole thing in the calculator and you will end up with the answer 2 over root 21. You'll end up with the answer 2 over root 21.